Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. In today's pick a card reading, our topic is something is falling away to make room for the new. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will then take you directly to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. If anyone ever reaches out to you, just know that that is not me. And today we're going to start with your cards. So I'm going to lay out 3 cards for you to choose from, but I'm going to lay them face down first, and then we're going to choose your animal runes to go with each card. All right. Something is falling away to make room for the new. Can we have a card for group number 1, please? Group number 1. Can we have a card for group number 2, please? Can we have a card for group number 3, please? Oh, that one. And here are your animal runes. So I did kind of shuffle these off camera, but we'll do it again now. Look at that. Okay, can we have a rune for group number 1, please? Okay, and we're going to put it face down. Can we have a rune for group number 2, please? And we want it face down for now. And for group number 3, please. Oops, face down. Okay. Group number 1, you have 20 and longing. You also have spirit vision and eagle. Let me see. Group number 2, you have self-determination. It's also number 35. Pile number 1 was number 20. And you also have new birth and butterfly. Group number 3, you have freedom, and number 6, you also have balance and coyote. Please take as long as you need to choose your card or cards. It's perfectly fine to choose more than one, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number 1. You have the Spirit Vision and Eagle Animal Rune, and you also have Longing and number 20. And our topic is something is falling away to make room for the new. Now, one thing I feel is falling away is the sense of longing, and it's being transformed into pursuing a dream that you have or pursuing an idea that you have. Because I feel for one reason or another, and we'll probably see as we go through the reading, but I feel like you've been kind of left hanging, like quite literally how this person is hanging here, or you've been in limbo with something, or, you know, something like that where something's been on hold. And I feel like it's a dream that you have or something that you want to do because of the star right here. And then you have the buildings down here. So I feel like you're in between like your dream and moving forward with your dream. And it seems like you have this great vision for something, but there's something going on. So maybe you're not sure how to move forward, or maybe you don't know exactly when is the right time, things like that. Now, with the moon, I feel like your intuition is going to start to increase, and I feel like you're going to start to get very prominent signs, especially with number 20, because this is making me think of the Judgment card in the traditional tarot deck. And so I feel that signs, it could be signs, synchronicities, a feeling, just a pulling in a direction, things like that are going to start to increase. So that you know, okay, I think I'm ready. I think I can move forward with something. And you know, either that or it's like all of a sudden the answers that you have been missing are going to appear. So yeah, I feel another thing that's kind of going to be falling away for you is hesitation, is self-doubt. And I also feel like your old self is kind of falling away from you. And you're moving into a new cycle in your life. And I feel that you're moving into a time of great confidence. And also, if I didn't say this earlier, that limbo that I'm seeing you in, that is moving away, and it's allowing you to move forward and start a new cycle in your life, something that you've, you know, been thinking about for a while, but for one reason or another, it hasn't been the right time, or you didn't have all the information, or something like that is going on, or was going on. Now let's see what else we have for you. What else can you tell us for group number 1? And these 2 cards are kind of hanging out there, so we're going to take these. Look at that. Okay, so you have a new life. I love that for you. And this is amazing because there is an eggshell back here. And then, you know, this person is coming out of the shell. Now, another thing that's interesting is here, you seem to be in limbo for one reason or another, okay? And you have this great vision with the eagle card here. It's just you need that missing piece to go forward. But here, you have that missing piece and you're being born into this new life, but also this figure here, this character has wings. So here you were stuck, but here you have wings. So do you see the kind of metamorphosis that's happening here? And you're being free. You're gaining freedom from something that was holding you back. So I feel that you're going to have some celebrations coming up, and it just, when I look at this card compared to this card, I feel like you're breathing life into something. But absolutely, everything is lining up with just these 2 cards, because as I pointed out, number 20 in the Judgment card can indicate that there's kind of a new life coming up for you, and that you've been getting signs and synchronicities, and it's like the universe saying, hey, it's time. So start taking those steps, or start listening and start planning. Although I feel that you already have a vision here because of your Eagle card, and also because the building's down here. Okay, now we have Treasure Island, and it's number 9. So this is interesting because now we have actual movement here, and I feel like it's been slow to get to this point, and I feel that you may be tiptoeing a little bit once once you're born into this new life here, right? And I feel as you go forward, you're going to be moving a little slow, and that can be at your direction because you want to take things at, a slower pace until you kind of really get your feet wet and know exactly what you're doing. But look here, there are stars intermixed with the hearts. And then remember that star up here that I pointed out? So there's something that you're doing where you're taking slow but steady steps toward a goal that you have, toward a dream that you have, toward the life that you want. And some of you are packing up your belongings and going somewhere with this chest on top of the turtle here. So some of you may be taking a physical move or making a physical move. Some of you may be taking a vacation, and that is what jump starts this new beginning for you. Some of you could be changing something in your life, like a job, career, anything really. Maybe you are leaving a constraint, some situation that was causing a lot of constraint in your life. So it could have been a relationship, a friendship, something to do with family. But yeah, there's definitely a sense of freedom, and you're going toward people, places, and things, especially an environment that is going to be a very productive for you in getting to a place that you want to be in your life. So I feel also, I'm hearing that kind of one thing that's falling away, and I kind of touched on this before, but it's stagnancy. this limbo, the stagnancy, that is definitely falling away for you. What else can you tell us for group number 1? Okay, so we have this one, and I feel this one wants to come out too. So we have 3 cards for you. Let's just scoot these over a little bit and see what we have. Okay, this one wants to come out first. Look, you have Moon Magic and Transformation. That is amazing. New life, transformation. There's no doubt that you are walking into a new phase in your life. Some of you could be leaving the past behind. Whatever was holding you back here, that's what you're leaving behind. And I just heard confidence. And I think I said that earlier, but it's also, once you start moving, then you really gain confidence in the sense that, wow, this is actually happening. And then I think that you might be a little cautious, wondering, is someone going to take this away from me for one reason or another? But then the further that you get into this new life, you're really going to start to feel like, okay, this is really happening, and you're really going to embrace this transformation. I feel you're also incredibly protected. Do you see the 2 dogs here on either side of this person? Very, very protected as you go forward. Also, you're not alone. If you've been getting signs, synchronicities, things like that, which I feel like you have, you're going to keep getting those. Spirit is not just going to send you on your way and say, okay, good luck. Okay, Spirit is going to be there with you to help you along the way. Oh, interesting. So you have moon cycles and patience. Okay, so this could kind of go either way depending on where you are in this situation here. So for some of you, you had a lot of patience here, okay? Some of you may not be patient, and this is saying be patient, right? Now, like kind of generally what this is saying is as you go into this new life, there is a process going on here where I feel like the timing isn't definitive for one reason or another. And I feel like there's certain things that you need to learn along the way, especially because number 9 is really sticking out to me on Treasure Island, which corresponds to the Hermit card. And so I'm feeling like as you go, you will pick up things along the way. You will pick up knowledge along the way. You will gain a perspective as you go. So when you start on this journey, you may not have all the answers. You may not know how you're going to go about step 1 through 100, right? But that is okay. Spirit is saying you just need to get started. Just start, and this limbo is going to go away. So there could also be something that's going to change the state of limbo in this waiting period that you've been in. So that could be something that's coming in too. It just kind of depends on where you are in this situation, because this is a general reading. Now, also you have the turtle and you have patience here. So I feel with the cycles that once you start on this journey, I feel that everything is not going to happen all at once. And it's like one cycle gets you a little bit closer to your dream, and then there's another cycle, and then all these cumulative events start to pile up, and then all of a sudden you have this, you know, what you've been wanting is coming to completion, and then you're like living in this life. And then we have the moon's wisdom and take the lead. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense because Spirit, remember when I just said you may not be 100% ready, but just get started, just, you know, start moving forward. So yeah, definitely take that to heart. And you're probably never going to be 100% ready, because you're going to, you know, if you start something, you can plan and plan and plan, But are you planning for absolutely every single possible thing that could happen? Probably not, because there's a lot of different variables that can pop up, right? So are we ever fully prepared? I truly don't think so, but that's how we learn and that's how we get better with things. So Spirit is saying, don't be afraid. Don't let that kind of thought process hold you back. And it's time. It's almost time. If it's not time exactly today, you're going to get those signs or some kind of information or whatever it is that you may be waiting for. It could be finances for some of you as well. Okay, now I'm going to take a tea leaf card for you. What is the most important thing that group number 1 knows? Ooh, okay, well actually I'm going to take 2 because that one was jumping out as well. So let's take the one that jumped out first. Axe, forces working against you. Okay, this makes a lot of sense because I feel like you've been in limbo for some reason. This is something that's falling away, that's going to be making room for your new life. And I also feel with axe, this is very significant to me because when I first saw the axe, I remembered the strings here, or my vision was drawn back over here to the strings here. And so if there's something that's keeping you in place, I feel that this is a gift where you can take this axe and you can remove any constraints, which is then going to lead you to this new life. So something that's holding you back is being removed. All right, let's see what else we have. Well, family wishes come true. I feel that a wish that you have is coming true. And remember, with your very first card, this star right here, I said you have a wish, you have a dream, a hope, whatever you want to call it. And that is what you're moving into. That is the new right there. This is amazing. I mean, look at this. Look at what I just told you. The axe forces working against you. This is what is leaving. This is what is falling away, making room for a wish come true. That is amazing. All right, let's look at your tarot cards. Oops, can you see that all the way? Let's do it like that. Okay. What else can you tell us? For group number 1, please. What is falling away to make room for the new? Oh, wow. So you have the Empress. Do you see how confident this person is and just moving forward saying, hey, I have arrived. I am doing my thing. I am winning. And the Empress really is winning. The Empress has everything that she wants. She has accomplished everything. And remember, I said something about finances earlier. The Empress has a lot of finances, okay? So financially, everything is going to work out incredibly well for you, incredibly well. Now, with the Empress, there can be, for me at least, something to do with 9 months up to 12 months. So definitely less than a year. But typically for me, when timing comes up, because timing doesn't always come up for me with the Empress card, but when it does, it's typically 9 months or less. But extenuating circumstances can take that out to a year. However, now that can also vary because it's a general reading. So if you've been working on this already for quite some time, for a year, for 9 months, for 6 months, then that can shorten that time frame, the time frame for when you start to walk into the new. The other thing, this could be September, okay, so that could be very important. This can also be pointing to that patience, especially because it's underneath the turtle here. So this could also be saying, just have some patience. You are starting to move forward, but just have patience because everything's going to fall into place at the perfect time. Then we have the Sun card. I love that for you. And what's interesting about this, isn't this interesting that here you're kind of in the darkness? Well, actually you're not kind of, you are in the darkness here. It's nighttime with the moon. And then you have the sun here. And not just that, but you're actually like running towards something. And I feel also here what is happening, especially because it's right next to the Empress card, you're saying, oh my gosh, I have arrived. My dreams, like I feel like these sunflowers are representative of the seeds that you planted, and now you're seeing everything bloom right before your eyes. And it's a whole new cycle for you, an entirely new cycle. Everything is so much brighter. And you, look at how free you feel also. You're no longer constrained by these strings over here. The King of Wands, look at your card, and look at this card too. This person's like, hey, I have arrived. Look at me. Look at what I've accomplished. There's huge transformation coming in for you. Look at the salamander. That, to me at least, always indicates transformation. And look at the stairs also. I feel like you've already been up here. You've already accomplished all this. It's kind of like the vision that you had here with these buildings down here. Now you're in it. You're actually inside these buildings here. You've accomplished your dream. You've accomplished your goal. So yeah, this is going to take a little bit of time, but you're moving forward, and this is exactly, you're making room for this to happen. And look, it's right below transformation. And again, with the wands here, it's something that you're very passionate about, something that I feel like you've had to work through a lot of issues to get to that point. So it could be financial issues, it could be maybe certain people didn't want you to pursue this goal. Maybe you had self-doubt and that was holding you back. Or maybe you were trying to figure things out and things weren't making sense. It's like, well, I don't know how to do this. But then those answers appear somehow for you. And then the Empress and the King of Wands, the Sun card, this is amazing. The Queen of Swords. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. You get that information, you figure things out, and then you're no longer kind of stuck in limbo. You're able to move forward. And see, also, now you're pruning the plants and the flowers here. You have something tangible in front of you. So you're going from what is falling away is the sense of longing and being constrained, not being able to pursue something that you want in your life. And here you're literally holding it in your hand here. So there's also a great sense of accomplishment that's coming in for you. The Ten of Wands, yeah, this is coming to an end. Because do you see the constraint in this card? This person can't move that quickly because the children are on his back. So there's a lack of movement here. Yes, you can move. It's just very, very slow, and you can't even see where you're going here. So a lack of, or a confusion, or a lack of information to move forward, things like that, somehow that is becoming easier for you. The Emperor. Yes, I love this. Okay, so remember when over here I was talking about you have a vision, and this is like the vision down here with the buildings. This is you planning. Look at this. Look at all the plans that you have here. And then obviously up here on the easel or whatever that's called, there's a plan, right? And the Emperor is touching the plan, literally physically touching the plan. So what this is showing me is that, you know what I've been saying, that whatever was holding you back from getting to this point, that is what's leaving. Whether that was self-doubt, or if it was a lack of finances, or if it was a lack of a complete vision, whatever it was, whatever force that was working against you, that is leaving. And you're coming into this time that's going to be so productive for you. Okay, what else? The Fool card, do you see? Oh my gosh, you have new life and you have the Fool card. The Fool indicates a new life. The Fool is freedom. The Fool is following your heart, following your dreams, listening to your intuition and following that. You know, you can have fear with the Fool card, but it doesn't hold you back. So if fear is a thing for you, you know, if you're afraid of failure, or you're afraid of success, or you're afraid of, what if I get halfway through and then I don't know what to do? The Fool card is saying, pack your bags and just get started. Certain things you will figure out as you go. Like Spirit is telling me that you can't know absolutely every single little detail, but you'll figure it out as you go. The Knight of Cups. Wow, you're following your dreams. You're following your heart. Absolutely. Something that you've been dreaming about, something that you've been hoping for, you're walking into that life. Absolutely. And it is, I am seeing all of your cards so far are indicating that it is a slower process, but I feel like things kind of speed up at a certain point in time in this whole process, because it seems to be like there's so much to figure out for some reason with whatever this plan is that you have. I think that's another reason why you need to have patience, because there's so many details to figure out. And it could be that once you get started, then there's like even more things to figure out. But Spirit is saying, don't be afraid of that, because you're going to get the hang of it. Everything's going to work out for you. So yeah, just get started. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense because the Knight of Pentacles is moving forward. So it's interesting you have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. This is absolutely showing me that you're moving forward. You're getting the go-ahead for movement regarding something that's in your heart, which is that vision that we started with. Now, you see what looks like a devil over here? Oh, and remember I kept mentioning finances? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so let me start with what I was going to say. With the devil over here, there could be a fear that's holding you back, or this could be the forces that were working against you. Remember over here with Axe, this is going away. Okay, so look at it like that. You see, this is being removed so that you can go forward with what you want. And if you are worried about finances, one way or another, finances are going to be provided for you. And if you're wondering, well, will I make money doing this? You know, if this has something to do with work and you're thinking, well, if I change careers, will I make money? Or if I start my own business, how will I make money before I, sell my product or before I get clients or something like that? There is a way around that. So it could be getting a loan. It could be, using savings, whatever it is. There is an option there for you. So don't let that part hold you back. I mean, don't let anything hold you back, but especially that. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. You have the Fool, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. I need a second here. I've never seen this progression like this. This is very, very important in your reading. So it looks like here, there could be, how I was saying there's something holding you back, forces working against you. Obviously, that's going to be this right here. But what you have right here is this sword. So whatever this is, you have the power with the sword to cut this part of the card off, right? And then follow your heart and move forward with the Fool card. If you need information, that's what the sword is right here. If this is self-doubt and fear, maybe you feel like you're not good enough or you don't have confidence to actually pull this off, because it does look a little bit tricky, like there's things to figure out, right? But that doesn't mean you can't figure it out. This sword is showing me that you have what it takes to move forward, and communicating with people at this time, moving forward, once you start this journey, it's going to be different than it was before. People listen to you more because there's different types of people once you move forward than what you had before. And also the candle here is showing me that you're getting answers that you couldn't find before. You're having some sort of communications with people that you didn't have before, and then things really start to get moving for you. The Five of Pentacles, yeah. Do you see this, how there's a constraint here with the barbed wire? And this is your vision here. This is what you want, just like the buildings down here. But it's like, I can't get there. I can see it, but I can't get there. However, the Five of Pentacles, the answer is literally right here, okay, with these pentacles here. So you could be looking in the wrong direction. There could have been something holding you in place. And I'm seeing it all throughout this reading. You have these constraints, you know, and we're seeing it here with the forces working against you. But that is what is being removed. That's what's falling away from you so that you can make room for the new. Yeah, all constraints are being removed. And yeah, because it's like the answer is right here. It's literally right there. You just need to figure out like how to get these pentacles off of the barbed wire. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's a solution to your problems, especially with the King of Wands here. Okay, what else do we have? The Five of Swords. Okay, so with the Five of Swords, this is showing me that you are winning against a constraint. There was something that was literally working against you. It could be time constraints. So maybe you didn't have the time to pursue this and then something happens so that you do have the time. You can focus on this. You can focus on your vision. You can focus on growing your vision. It could be people that were holding you back, especially with this card. Do you see how this person here has his foot on this person here? Something was literally holding you back. We see that here. We see it with the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Swords. There's something going on here. This is being removed. It's like you're able to stand up and you're able to get out of a situation that's very, very constraining. Yeah, this is very interesting down here. So as we end your reading, know that your wish come true card is here. So what's leaving? Forces working against you. What is it making room for? It's making room for your wish to come true. And for you to become the person that you've always wanted to be, for you to be walking in the vision that you've always wanted. And you're heading toward Treasure Island. There's so many amazing things. Such a huge, huge transformation that's coming in for you. So I wish you so much luck. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have New Birth and Butterfly for your animal rune. You also have Self-Determination and number 35. I feel that something that's falling away is restriction, because if you see here, this is like a pail or a glass or whatever it is exactly that is causing some sort of restriction within the ocean down here, okay? So the dolphin should be swimming in the ocean and not in this cage, if you will. That is what's coming to an end for you. And it's leading to this new birth. So I feel that constraints or limitations or a period of transformation, that's coming to an end, and it's making room for something that you want to see happen in your life. And I feel that your self-determination is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, because I feel that there was something like when you tried to go forward, there was some sort of pushback, which is that restraint here. Like you could only get so far before you were kind of stuck. And I feel that it had something to do with divine timing because of the moon here. So like going through different phases at very specific times, okay? And then with the metamorphosis that the caterpillar goes through, you can't rush that process. So I feel that timing is something that's shifting for you. And it could also be that you became unhappy in a particular situation. Maybe you lacked fulfillment, or maybe because of that, you lacked focus in an environment that you were in. So there's something about an environment that seems to be shifting for you. And it's like expanding somehow. So your opportunities can be expanding, a lack of being noticed. So you could be getting more recognition for the work that you've been putting into something. Maybe your determination is getting noticed. Maybe your hard work is getting noticed. And so it could be that what is falling away is kind of being hidden in the darkness, and your talents, your skills, what you have to offer, something like that could be coming to the light where people are noticing it, which then leads to this new life and this metamorphosis that we're seeing over here. So yeah, it seems like before you couldn't change your circumstances, but you will be able to change your circumstances, coming up. That's something that's changing for you. So yeah, you will be able to, I'm hearing like, live your dream or have more opportunities, more options, something like that. What else can you tell us for group number 2? I think these two want to come out. Okay, so we have milk and honey. See, you have good things coming into your life. And look at this. You have another image here. Now it's the elephant in here. So what I'm getting from this, there's something going on with your environment. The environment is going to change, which is then going to bring in more opportunities for you, which will then lead to expansion. So your environment, it's kind of staying smaller for a period of time, but within that environment, something is changing, which is allowing you to get some sort of rewards or have some sort of benefit, something like that. And then from that point, that's when you can kind of stand up and leap out of this bowl here and pursue something else. But absolutely with the rainbow, there's something changing for you. Something is being offered to you, or someone new is coming in, which will then create some sort of environment that's very like reciprocal or something like that. Especially with the swan here. Interesting. Okay, we'll see more as we go along. All right, number 42 in chop wood. And did I tell you this is 51? I think I did. Okay, so chop wood. Do you see this is saying get ready for something, get ready for a change. And also, this is showing some kind of building here and cleaning up that building because something new is coming in. Do you see the sunshine? I don't know if you can quite see it, but there you go. I think you can see it now. There's rays of sun kind of streaming into the building. And again, the door is open. So before, when there was some kind of constraint in the environment, it's being removed, and there's something that is replacing something else so that you can become the person that you know you can be, so that you can grow. Yeah, it's interesting. There's something that I'm not quite seeing yet with these cards, and it will come through, but it has something to do with you staying where you are for a little bit of time. But I do feel like you will be leaving this environment, but your environment is changing. Oh, you know what it is? Okay, what's happening here? So you have the butterfly, new birth, and then you have the butterfly. So what I'm seeing with all of these cards is that within the environment that you're in, you're kind of going through these changes where you have an opportunity to do something that you could not do before in that same environment. And then it's almost like you're learning something like within that environment. Okay, same here. And then once you get to that phase, then it's like, oh, okay, now I know that I can expand my horizons. I can actually look outside of the environment that I've been in and I can kind of spread my wings even further, and I can fly away to something that's going to be even better. So it's almost like you're in a stepping stone environment right now. And it's kind of like when you're there, you're in that cocoon and you're changing and you're learning and things are transforming. And then with perfect timing, these doors open and it's like, you know, we've done what we can here. Go ahead and spread your wings and fly. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Something is falling away to make room for the new. What can you tell us? Okay. So we have cleansing. You know, it's interesting you have cleansing and then you have chop wood here, because it's like you're getting rid of something. And what, obviously, because something's falling away, right? But it is preparing you for this metamorphosis process, especially look at the colors here, and then you have the rainbow here. Oh, that makes sense, because you have cleansing. So this is putting this milk and honey card into a little bit more perspective because of the colors you have here, and it's also cleansing. So what this is telling me is that within this environment here, something is being removed from your environment here, which is then leading, it's like cleansing the energy, which is then leading to the rainbow, same with the colors here, which is then creating an environment that is perfect for growth, perfect for a new perspective. So it seems like there's a new person or a new thing coming into an environment. So for example, let's say that you are working at a company and you like your job, but your boss just doesn't really pay attention to you or doesn't believe in you or is very demeaning or something like that. And you really want to, you know, work toward a promotion, and you can't do that with this particular boss. And so then you have this something that's limiting how far you can go in that environment right here. That seems to be falling away, which then leads way for a new boss to come in. And this person coming in believes in you, believes in your skills and your talents and your vision, believes that you can do more than what you've been doing so far because you were limited by this other person. So then that allows you to possibly get a promotion or to take on more tasks, more responsibilities, things like that, which then could lead to you seeing opportunities beyond that company where you can then go somewhere else where you can make more money, or you can, you know, rise up in the ranks of the company, something like that. So that's just an example. For some of you, that could be literal. And for others of you, you can kind of see how that fits with whatever you have going on, because it is a general reading. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing with the colors on these 2 cards. Let's see what else you have here. Wow, okay, healing moon and seek healing. And you have cleansing. Very interesting. And also honey is so healing. Like if you don't know about the healing properties of honey, it's amazing. Like it can even help heal wounds. If you have an open wound, you can put honey. It's amazing. So, and I'm not a doctor, okay, but you can look it up. Anyway, and also a lot of other healing properties with honey. It's just amazing. So yeah, there's something coming into your environment that is cleansing, that is healing, and it's going to be changing. So what's falling away is this limitation, something that's limiting you from moving forward. That's falling away, and there is a cleansing, a healing, and then new opportunities, new birth. It's because, see, with the butterfly, see, this is what I'm saying with the butterfly, how you've been limited here. So you've been stuck as the caterpillar. But with whatever change is coming in, it's bringing it, something's falling away. Okay, that's what the cleansing is. And then in the middle, you start to heal. And then what happens after that is you become the butterfly. You have this new birth, this new life. And you also become more, you have more self-determination, more belief in yourself because someone else believes in you, because you're no longer dealing with something that was demeaning or something like that. Now we're going to pull one or two cards. I was going to pull one and group number 1 and 2 came out. So we'll see what happens for you. All right, what is the most important thing for pile number 2 to know from the tea leaf deck? What can you tell us for group number 2, please? Okay. Anything else? There you go. You have 2. Okay. Okay, dog close up, pleasure with a close friend. See, this is what I'm saying. There's something coming in that's going to be loyal to you. Someone who's going to be more of a comfortable energy. Because whatever energy is around you right now in this environment, it's not comfortable. It's not loyal to you. I feel like it doesn't even really know you. It doesn't give you credit for what you can do, who you are, things like that. What else do we have? Bat. Take care, enemies are working against you. Yeah, this makes sense. This really goes so well with what I've been saying, because I've been feeling like there's someone or something in your environment that's limiting your growth. And this is what is leaving, and this is what is replacing it. Okay? This is loyal, this is comfortable, this is a nurturing environment. This clearly is not. Okay? Forces or enemies working against you. So this is leaving, this is what's coming in. And I kind of want to put it this way. So we're going to set them down like that. All right, can you see those? Let's do it like that. Okay. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? What does group number 2 need to know? Your cards even have an interesting energy. Let's see what we have here. The Knight of Swords. Yes, this makes sense. Let me set these down so I can show you what I'm seeing. All right, the Knight of Swords. Do you see this person up here where this person almost looks defeated? Kind of like, well, you know, I'm stuck in this little cup here because nobody wants to listen to what I can do, or that limiting thing in your environment. But then you have something coming in saying, well, hey, I'm interested. What do you have? Show me what you have. What are your ideas? Okay, which then creates the movement of the Knight of Swords. It's so interesting. I'm just fascinated with your reading. I'm so curious what is going on for you. Okay, yeah, the Five of Wands. This is also leaving. So this is the chaos. This is trying to say, hey, I can do this, or, you know, allow me some sort of movement, but you have all of these roadblocks in the environment where you are. And it's causing a sense of, I don't know if anxiety is really the word. It's almost like a sense of sadness. Like, okay, well, I guess I should just give up. Like, I'm never going to have an opportunity to move out of this right here. So it's like, well, I don't even feel like swimming around this cup anymore because I just want to give up. So that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling, especially in this card here, but that is changing for you. Some force against you is changing. And then with the Five of Wands, it's going to be quite the opposite, because look at how the Five of Wands is below chopped wood. This is what you're sweeping away. This is no longer going to be here. The Chariot, yes, exactly, because something is leaving and something new is coming in. Do you see there's a snake here? There's a huge transformation that's going on in your environment, especially because you have the snake on the Chariot, but you also have the butterfly. What's interesting about this card, very interesting. So if you can see that, there's someone down here in the Chariot, but this bigger person here looks like they're grabbing the Chariot, saying, hey, come this way, like follow the horses here. Now, look here, how you have the swan here that is kind of dipping the moon in the water for the dolphin to follow it, okay? So do you see what's going on here? Someone, something there's something going on in the environment that's changing things, that is giving you an opportunity, that's giving you a chance. And you're moving out of this cup into the ocean where there's an abundance of opportunities. And with those opportunities, that's how you get here with the milk and honey. And so again, there's movement with the Chariot card, a lot of movement going on here, and you have the World card here. Now this is interesting because look at the World. Can you see that? I don't know if you can quite make it out, but this line right here, that is the World crying. And also right here, those are the tears coming from the World. And I feel that that is you being sad, you crying because you're the world, but you can't move. It's like, what if the world stopped spinning, right? That would be a huge problem. So that's changing for you. A standstill, being constrained, and then having the freedom to do what you want. That's what's coming in for you. So there's also a lot of healing that's coming in, not just within the environment, but I'm picking up so much sadness that will be healing. And it may take some time. It may take a lot of cleansing. This could be something that you need to work on to get to a point where you're feeling much healthier and stronger. But it is going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen. And also something else, like you're getting loyalty with something. There is no loyalty with something in your environment right now. That's leaving, and you have the dog coming in. Dogs are so incredibly loyal and loving, and just, it's just amazing. If you're not a dog person, right, then if you don't know that, they are so loyal. That's what's coming in for you. All right, then we have the Nine of Cups. Look at this, you have a swan right here. This is, okay, this is fascinating to me. Look at your two cards. Do you see how similar that is? The moon is right here above the swan. The swan is looking down at the person in here. Same thing over here, except the swan's not looking down, but the swan is providing the moon for the dolphin to follow. And then this person down here is reaching out toward the swan. That's incredible. That is just amazing to me. Okay. What's happening here? You're being led toward something better, first of all. It's going to be so fulfilling for you because where you are, it's quite empty, but it's empty because there's something in that environment that is zapping the energy. That's being removed. And then I feel what the moon is in the swan kind of saying, hey, look at what I have here. I feel there's something coming into the environment that kind of shows you what your potential is. And then you realize your potential, and that's like when you're healing. That's when you're cleansing. I feel it also, chop wood is also having to do with the cleansing and the healing. You're getting rid of self-doubt or self-limitations, things like that, or limitation in the environment. You're believing in yourself, and then that allows you the freedom to pursue more in your life. And with the Nine of Cups, this is showing that a dream is achieved, a wish is achieved. Then we have the Queen of Cups. Yeah. So there's so much healing, so much balance that comes in, and confidence. So this could be self-confidence, but there's also other people, places, things, something like that has confidence in you, which gives you an opportunity to grow and to expand, which you do. You absolutely do that. And then you see how you're holding the cup here? It's like you're achieving something very significant, which then I feel, oh, and also, let me see this. Do you see this right here? This is like, I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be, but it's making me think that that's kind of the old you. Because, with the butterfly, we're talking about this transformation. That's the old you. And look at how small it is. And now this is you. And look at the sun shining here. I feel because of a change in your environment, you're becoming the person that you've always known you could be, or hope to be, or that you are destined to become. The Two of Cups. This is exactly what I've been saying. There's something about your environment that is so incredibly off right now. That's leaving, and this is what you're getting. The Two of Cups shows us that everything within the environment is just so like symbiotic. Everything is just flowing perfectly. You have everything that you need. It's happy, it's comfortable, it's nurturing. There's a lot of growth here. There's a lot of, I'm feeling your energy is healing. Literally, like by the day, you're feeling more comfortable. You're feeling like you can be yourself. You don't have to kind of hide in a corner, although that was kind of difficult because it was so small somehow where you were. And also there's two snakes here. And then you have the snake here. So I feel what that is showing me with these two snakes is that, first of all, constraints are being removed so that you can shift into this person that you're supposed to be with the Queen of Cups. But then it's also opening doors for you to move even beyond that environment and to grow even more. I feel also with the wine glasses here, with the wine and the wine glasses, that there's some sort of celebration that's coming in. And you could be making a very, very close friend with a close friend on the dog card. And then here you have this really close friendship, relationship, whatever it is here. So yeah, you could be meeting like someone in your soul family, in your soul group, someone who's going to be very, very important on your journey in life. And then we have the Death card. See, okay, this is what I was just saying. You're meeting somebody who's going to be very significant in your transformation. So this could be anything. This could be a boss, it could be a friend, it could be someone in your family that you haven't met yet, it could be a romantic partner who believes in you. It could really be anything. And it could also be representing some sort of shift within an environment that is not actually a person, but just some kind of shift that allows you to grow and heal and then eventually spread your wings and move on from that environment. But yeah, this is another sign of a transformation, especially because you have another snake in this card. The Knight of Wands. Okay, and once again, look, your cards are just amazing to me. You see this person down here who is, it looks like tied up to the wall, very, very constrained. And there's masks here. I feel these masks have to do with this bat here. Enemies are working against you. But what's coming in, this friend, this something that's changing the environment is right here, and it's taking you somewhere. Same thing that we have with the Death card, and same thing that we see with the Two of Cups. And so again, this can be literal or metaphorical. It could be a literal person coming in to your environment, or it could be a shift in something. So for instance, what I mean by that is, remember how I said how you could have a new boss coming in? So that's like a literal person coming in, or using that same example of a job, it could be that you have a new policy or something like that that allows expansion and growth within the company, and then you can move on from that company later on. But yeah, it's going to allow you to, there's something about be yourself and become the person that you're supposed to be. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this absolutely could have something to do with your career. So it could be a job, it could be career. And it does seem like there could be some sort of creative aspect going on here, or it could just be that you're having freedom to express yourself more. So that could be it also. What's interesting about the Queen of Pentacles is the moon back here. In the moon here, the swan, this person who came in to help you, and you have the moon, and you're following the moon here. And then here, the moon is so big and then you have this new opportunity. So this really follows with what I was saying, how you go through this transformation within this environment, but then with the chopped wood, you have a new door that opens, and then it seems like you leave that environment and you go somewhere else. And it does seem like it could have something to do with work with this pentacle. So it's kind of like, I'm going to take what I learned in this environment once that limitation was gone, and I'm going to go over here to this building, which is a new opportunity that's waiting for me, which can bring me more money. It can help with, you know, growth in my career, things like that. The Seven of Pentacles, very interesting card. Slowly but surely things are happening. See, whatever this change is that's coming into your environment, it's planting the seeds for growth within your life. And look at this back here, this figure holding this pentacle. And so it's allowing that growth in your life, which is then going to allow you to actually hold the pentacle. You see what I'm saying? It's like that new situation in your environment is putting you through all these different things here where, you know, everyone here is doing something different. They're all playing a different instrument. So it's like you're learning different things in an environment, which is taking you from here to here, all throughout here, and then over here, which is that new opportunity kind of outside of this environment. Very interesting what's happening. All right, let's look at your last card. The King of Swords. Wow. Okay. What this means is that chaos that was in your environment is going out. What is happening when that is done is that you are able to, like, communication increases. There's a sense of someone coming in or something that once had control of the situation and still does, but you can learn from this thing. You can talk to this thing, you can communicate. So if it's a person, given the example earlier, a new boss or manager that's coming in, you would be able to approach them. It could be someone who's like a mentor, someone you can learn from. And then what I see happening is that then you kind of transform into the King of Swords, where then you can have the power, you can move on somewhere else, and you can kind of like rise up in the ranks, so to speak, something like that, where you're no longer limited to where you were. In here, it's like, okay, I've learned all these things here, which has led me to this new pinnacle over here. And then here you could become the boss or the manager. And that's, you know, just metaphorical. For some of you, it will be literal, but that's what I'm seeing here. So I wish you so much luck with this situation. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have Balance and Coyote for your animal rune. And you have Freedom and number 6. I feel like you're at some kind of crossroads because this elephant is standing here waiting for something, waiting for the rain to stop, or the elephant has stopped here to get perspective on something. However, what I'm also seeing in this card is exactly what your rune talks about, which is balance. Because in order for these flowers to grow, you would need a balance of sunshine and rain, right? Plus nutrients and all of that stuff. But so I feel that what is falling away is a period of kind of being, maybe not being stuck, but contemplation and some sort, like coming to a conclusion with a decision that needs to be made. I mean, especially with number 6, because that takes me to the Lover's card, which can definitely indicate that you could be at a crossroads and that you need to make a decision, like something needs to change. So it's interesting. And I feel that where you're going, you're going to love where you're going. Okay. So making room for that new, it's like instead of having the rain, you're going to have the flowers. So yeah, it seems like there's a period of hard times, confusion, doubt, darkness, a lack of growth, feeling heavy, something holding you back, possibly even feeling lost. All of those things are going away. You're going to find balance, but you have to make the right decision, right? You have to figure out which direction you're going. So I feel that also is something that is coming to an end, like a lack of clarity. So I feel clarity is coming in, and then there's movement that's coming in also. So like a lack of clarity, a lack of movement, those things are going away. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? Something is falling away to make room for the new. Okay, you have breathe and number 29. I feel this is very, very important for you to do before you make that decision. And I feel also that kind of like a lack of direction or a lack of, what is it that's missing with this decision? A lack of information, confusion, something like that. And I feel like exactly why it's so important that you breathe and possibly even meditate or cleanse your energy, clear your energy, something like that. It could be because you may not be able to see everything properly yet with the decisions that you have to make. And so it could be to your benefit to calm down and tap into your intuition so that you can see all of the elements of possible decisions and possible directions that you can go from here. Wow. This is powerful. Time to go. I feel something that's falling away from you is your past. Something that was holding you to the past is falling away from you, and it's giving you freedom. Wow. It almost seems like there's a new pathway for you. And it's going to bring you more balance. Something where you are right now seems to be off balance. So that's going away. And you're moving into like a new cycle or something like that, a new way of thinking, a new way of being, a new environment where it's not going to be raining anymore. And you're going to see those flowers after the rain. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? I think these are your cards, and you have 3. Let's scoot these over a little bit. Communicate. See, that's interesting because you have breathe and you have communicate. And what I'm picking up with this card with the moon is listen to your intuition, communicate with the universe, communicate with your spirit guides, because you're going to get guidance regarding this decision that you have to make. However, so let's say you have a decision to stay or to go. Your spirit guides are saying it's time to go. Moving forward will give you freedom. Releasing. Moonset and releasing. You have multiple signs that it's time to release the past and move forward. Maybe you don't know how. Maybe you don't know how to do that. And that's why you're kind of stuck here. I mean, you're not stuck, but you're standing still for a minute. Now, the important thing to know is that you're protected. Look at the umbrella. You have a lot of protection around you, and I think that's why Spirit is saying, hey, communicate with us. We're here to help you. And also breathe and cleanse your energy so that you can tap into your intuition. But you're definitely releasing something, which obviously that's what we're looking at today. Something is falling away to make room for the new. But I feel like it's It could be a mindset. It could be your past. It could be someone from your past. Interesting. We'll get more information as we go along. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to say it's your past that you need to let go of. Okay, yeah, I don't even know what to say. That is amazing. That is amazing. So this is confirmation right here, because I was saying it before and then I pulled that card. So there's something in your past it's time to let go of. But not just let go of. It's time to let go of it, get closure, heal, and release it and move on. Wow. Okay, let's look at your next cards. So I'm going to take most likely 2 from the tea leaf, because I kind of left it open to the universe to take 1 or 2. Actually, in pile number 1, I was going to take 1, 2 came out. Pile number 2, I left it open and I got 2. So I'll probably take 2 for you as well. All right, what is the most important thing from this deck that group number 3 knows today, please? What can you tell us for group number 3, please? Okay, there we go. Very interesting. Door. Opportunities are waiting for you, and it's time to go. Release the past and walk through a new door. Your reading's very powerful. Very powerful. I feel like you know what I'm talking about. And I feel like when you're watching this, it's very powerful for you. I mean, I'm not trying to say that my readings are powerful, which, I mean, I hope that they resonate with people, but I'm truly feeling your energy, and it's like, wow, that's what I needed to hear. I do need to move on. I do need to release something, okay? All right, so let's see. Camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. Wow, do you see how powerful that is? Oh my gosh. And also, that's kind of what's happening with this card here, with the Freedom card. Also, look at the camel, okay? You're not leaving everything in the past. Everything is not lost in this particular situation, okay? Because I'm kind of getting like a 5 of Cups energy, where there could be a focus on the past and a focus on something that didn't work out, or something that deeply hurt you in the past, that you're supposed to move on. You know, there's supposed to be movement away from that, and you're supposed to go through this new door. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? The 5 of Wands. There's some sort of back and forth that's going on in your mind that you need to release. And it has something to do with the past. It's time to release that. I feel that there could be a sense of regret, or there could be a sense of confusion, kind of like, wait a minute, what just happened? What's going on here? And it's keeping you locked in place. And it's also throwing you off balance. Remember your balance card over here? It's literally throwing you off balance. It's time to make a decision, and it's time to move forward, and it's time to leave the past in the past. That's the crossroads you're at. I feel the crossroads that you're at is walking away from the past and walking into your future, walking into where you're supposed to be. The Emperor. There's so much more waiting for you. And you're kind of being blocked or prevented from moving forward because of the focus on the past. And so the only way to change that is to move forward and don't look back. Take those lessons, heal, breathe, and go forward. The Five of Cups, this is what I talked about a minute ago. Now, do you see what's happening here? So these 3 cups that are overturned here, that's where the focus is. This is great sorrow. This is a lot of pain. Feeling like, oh, I wish I could have done things differently. Why did it have to turn out that way? However, you have 2 cups here, just like you have 2 flowers blooming here. All is not lost. In fact, something connected to the past, it was not meant for you anymore. There was something about it that just seems to be unstable because these cups fell over, but your future is more stable. For some of you, at this crossroads, you could have a decision to make about walking away from a person, place, or thing that is currently in your life that's holding you back from like expanding in your life or from achieving something in your life. It could be a thought process. It could be something that happened to you. It could be someone who's dragging you down. It could be a job, an environment, something in your past or your current environment needs to go. So let's say something in your past is holding you back. Okay, so you need to completely let go of that. Or it could be that something in your current environment needs to become your past. Okay, but there's obviously something that needs to be released here. And then we're seeing it here with the Five of Cups. Oh, okay, let's take the top one first. Oh my gosh, why is this card so jumpy? The Queen of Pentacles. Once you release the past, once you make a decision about where you're going, or just even, you don't even need to know where you're going yet. You just need to go. You just need to move on from something. You need to release it. See, do you see in this releasing card how this person's walking away from something? This person right here, that's a person if you can't quite make that out. That's what you need to do. And so look at the Five of Cups here. This cat here needs to turn around and forget about those cups there and focus on these 2 cups here, which is going to lead into the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Where you have your power back, you have a sense of accomplishment back, or not even accomplishment back, but you have a sense of accomplishment because you sought freedom from something that was keeping you in the dark or keeping you, it was holding you hostage almost. I mean, hopefully not literally, but with these snakes here, it's like a transformation was just there waiting for you, but you had to see it because I'm seeing these 2 snakes just like these 2 cups here where it's like, you can't see something that's there just waiting for you because of the past. This could have something to do with career, with the Queen of Pentacles, with the Emperor. It could also be showing us that that you are, once you release something, you become someone who can fulfill your dreams, who can even see your dreams, because right now I'm not sure if you can even see them. The Nine of Wands. Okay, I feel like this is something that's been going on for quite some time, and I feel like you're probably tired, you're probably frustrated, and at times you've probably just wanted to give up on the whole entire situation because there seems to be some problem, something that's has its hold on you. Because now I'm seeing like the Devil card in my mind. And is it going to be difficult? Yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult to make a decision and to stick to that decision. But what I'm seeing with the Nine of Wands is that that's going to be the hardest part. Once you make that decision, once you take a deep breath and you just do it, you make a decision, you move on, you start to heal, you start to see things differently. This chaos and confusion, whatever this is going on here, this goes away. And then you have a plan. With the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles, not only do you develop a plan, but you put a plan into action, and then you actually achieve any goals that you make, any steps that you want to take away from your past. You start doing that. And I feel that it's kind of a slower process, but everything comes together beautifully for you. And also, you're gaining so much strength from this whole entire thing. The Magician card. Okay, so what this is saying here, the Spirit wants you to know that you have everything that you need to make this decision. You have everything that you need to walk away from the past. And as soon as you walk away from the past, you gain an incredible sense of power. A lot of power comes into just your being, your energy, your spirit. And if you don't know what you're going to do once you leave the past in the past, it will come to you. All that you need to do, because I feel first you need to kind of extract yourself from the situation. If you can't do that first, if you can't completely leave the situation, then while you're still in that situation, Spirit says to breathe and try to meditate or do something to clear your mind and to clear your energy so that you can think about what you're going to do when you do leave the situation. All right. And also, I'm seeing that the possibilities for your future are endless. Whatever you want to accomplish, you can accomplish it, especially because you have the Magician, the Emperor, and the Queen of Pentacles here. So if this does have something to do with work, you know, it could be, let's say, for instance, because you have the Queen of Pentacles here, let's say that where you are, you have a job or a career that is making it rain on you every single day because you're not happy and you feel like it's sucking the life out of your soul. Okay, so in that instance, and this is literal or metaphorical depending on your situation, that's what you need to release. You need to take a deep breath and release it. It's time to go. Let the past, keep the past in the past. And then Spirit is showing me here that you have everything that you need to start a new career or to get a new job. So that's just an example. It's not going to apply to everybody, but I just wanted to say that to give you a picture. And not only do you have everything that you need, but an opportunity is going to come out of the blue for you. And maybe not out of the blue, but it's something surprising. It could be out of the blue. Something could just kind of land in your lap. But again, do you see the focus here? Do you see? Looking at these 3 cups, it's interesting because you have 3 cups over here that are overturned. And so what I'm seeing here with the 3 cups upright, there seems to be a focus on something that you could have done differently so that these cups wouldn't have overturned. But what Spirit is showing me here is that that doesn't matter because it is what it is. It's in the past. You can't change the past. And for one reason or another, you weren't meant to be in that particular situation anymore. But what I'm seeing is that if you change your perspective, if you move on from that, there is this beautiful new opportunity that's right here waiting for you that's going to change everything. And it's going to bring in incredible balance into your life. And also, another thing that I get sometimes with the 4 of Cups is meditation, taking some quiet time to reflect on things. And look at how this is right below, or not right below, but below the Breathe card. And also the 5 of Wands, where this can show chaos in your mind, where you have thoughts going back and forth, back and forth. So definitely try to calm your mind so that you can see a way forward. Yeah, the 9 of Swords, you have an intense fear about something. And it seems to be connected to these 3 cups here that are overturned in the 5 of Cups and that you keep focusing on here. It's like you can't even focus on the future because you're so focused on the past. However, it's in the past. There's nothing that you can do to change that. And feels like what Spirit is showing me is that the only thing that you can do is move forward. And as you start to move forward, that's when you start to heal. In the past, that's not the only thing that you could do, because it seems like there's a sense of, oh no, that didn't work out, so there is no other option for me. But this great fear that you have is right below the Emperor, so there are other opportunities that are just sitting there waiting for you to notice them. The Hangman. This makes a lot of sense, because remember I said it feels like you're at a crossroads. It feels like you're trying to make a decision, trying to figure something out. And look at here, how you have the tree, but there are two main branches, and then there's a smaller one over here. So this is interesting because you have three branches, and then you have the three cups that we talked about. Very interesting. And you're attached to these branches. You're attached to this tree. So I feel that this is representing that you're stuck to the past for some reason. And also, especially how this cat is looking that direction. It's like looking at the past, looking at what happened, and being so attached to that that you can't move forward for one reason or another. And I get it. Sometimes you just have to, it takes time to figure things out and to get closure and to move on from the past. But another thing that this card is showing me is that there's a transformation that is literally just right there waiting for you. It's like when you're ready, so the universe is saying, when you're ready, we're here to help you. And it's interesting also, you have this camel card, persevere and you will overcome problems, because that's basically summing up the Nine of Wands. Take a deep breath and just move forward. You're going to get through it. It's not too much longer to get through this. And these opportunities are here just waiting for you. Do you see how this door card matches up with the Four of Cups with this opportunity right here? The Four of Pentacles. Okay. Your Spirit is saying that you're too stuck to something. You're very set in being under this umbrella. And Spirit says that it's time to move. It's time to move on. It seems like you might have a fear of change, a fear of instability. Like it could be that where you are right now, you're not necessarily happy and you want to make a change, but at the same time, the unknown is terrifying to you. And it's like, well, it may be raining where I am, but at least I know it's raining. What if it's raining even harder where I go? And so it's kind of like the what ifs. What if this happens? What if that happens? And Spirit is saying, but what if this door that you open here is amazing and it opens up these opportunities for you? The Seven of Pentacles. There's something waiting for you, and there's a lot of things going on here that you can't quite see yet. It's kind of like, how you have the flowers here, you can't see them because you're so focused on looking this way instead of where the flowers are. And I'm feeling like you have a lot to offer. I'm feeling like there's more than one opportunity. So if you leave the past behind and you start to go forward, it's not just one thing in the future. It's actually multiple things there waiting for you. So let's say the example I used earlier, if you're at a job and with the Four of Pentacles, maybe you're making good money at this job and you're afraid to leave because of that, right? But whatever it is, when you move forward, it's not just, okay, I'm going to move forward and there's only one opportunity. No, there's multiple opportunities for you as you go forward. And there's a lot of growth as you go forward. If you're worried about finances going forward, your finances are going to be okay. They're going to start out a little bit slower. Okay, let me give you an example. So let's say that you want to leave a job or a career and you want to start something new. Yes, you can do that. and you're not leaving everything behind. Let's say maybe you were in a career for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, whatever it is, or even 2 years, okay? Whatever it is to you that seems like a very long time and effort and focus that you put into this particular thing. You're not leaving everything behind. You're still taking something with you because of the Five of Cups. You have these 2 cups here, and you're going to pick those up and you're going to go forward with them. There is an amazing opportunity waiting for you in the future, but to get there, you have to let go of the past. So as far as money goes, let's say you want to pursue your passion and you're saying, okay, well, if I do that, how am I going to make money in the beginning? Yes, it might be a little bit slow in the beginning. However, you have some sort of safety net that I'm seeing with the Four of Pentacles. And then with the Seven of Pentacles, slowly but surely, everything starts to come together. Your vision, your dream, finances start coming in. And with the Queen of Pentacles, you're going to be very successful with something like that. So that can be literal or metaphorical, depending on your situation, like I say. But either way, money will be coming in for you. Stability, growth, all of these things will be coming in. This is literally what I just said. The Three of Wands, this is when you take that chance, you let go of the past, you move on, you release the past, and you walk through this new door where your opportunities are waiting. And then everything that you've wanted starts to come into you. So this card right here, the Three of Wands, is showing what you did with the Nine of Wands in the Camel. You did what you had to do. You moved through a very difficult time. And you started to grow something, an idea that you had. And slowly but surely, these opportunities are coming in. And remember, with the Seven of Pentacles, I said more than one opportunity. And the door card here says opportunities, plural. So not just one, there's multiple things coming in for you here. So just keep that in mind as you go forward. Multiple opportunities are coming in, and it's going to be so much better because it seems like you weren't completely in control of where you were in the past or where you are right now, and that's going to become the past. But you are in control in the future. So don't be afraid to take kind of like a leap of faith. Everything's going to be okay. And that is what I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.